Know that feeling. Friday night, lights in your face, your fingers still smell like work. You sit down for one clean spin just to breathe. The reels blur, the music climbs, and the jackpot lands one notch above your line, again. Your stomach drops. You laugh it off, but something in you whispers, this is not luck, this is a setup. Around you, people do the same quiet math. A waitress counts tips, a retiree chases a story, a couple tries to turn rent money into a miracle. Nobody looks angry at first. They look hopeful. That is what makes it hurt. Here is the part nobody says out loud. You are not weak for feeling pulled in. Your brain is doing exactly what it was built to do. Chase the next reward when it feels close. And that is the lie. What you see is not the game. It is the performance. Under the glass, a certified random system is running, legal, inspected, stamped safe. Yet the experience is engineered to keep you believing you are one spin away. Tonight we open the machine where players never get to look. Buried in the technical blueprint is a detail that proves you are not imagining it. The secret is not that slots are random. The secret is what that randomness is hiding. Inside the cabinet, there is no magic, just a tiny computer with a job that never ends. It ticks through thousands of numbers every second, even when nobody is playing. That endless stream is the random number generator, the RNG. The moment you press spin, the machine grabs one number from that stream. 1. And in a fraction of a blink, the outcome is locked. Not after the reels slow down. Not when the music swells. Right then, when your bet is placed. The spinning symbols are not deciding anything. They are acting it out. Independent labs test this brain with statistics. They run millions of simulated spins, checking for patterns or bias, any hint that the next result can be predicted. Regulators want proof that nobody can reach in and change the answer after you commit your money. That is why the old rituals do not work. The tap on the screen, the perfect timing, the lucky cadence, the prayer under your breath. The machine does not hear you. It does not remember your last loss or your last win, or how long you have been sitting there. Each spin is a sealed event, a clean snap of software and probability. So yes, the math can be random, certified, and still feel personal. And that is the question that should scare you. If the outcome is truly random, why do the misses always look so close, like the jackpot is teasing you on purpose? A near miss is not just bad luck. It is a moment designed to feel like hope. Two jackpot symbols lock on the paling, and the third stops one step above it. Your chest tightens, your fingers hover. For a split second, you are not thinking about money. You are thinking about almost. Around you, you can hear the same quiet reaction. A stranger sighs, someone swears softly, someone laughs like it was funny. Then they all lean back in. Your brain treats almost like a signal. It says, keep going. You were close. That is why your heart rate jumps after a near miss. That is why your skin gets warm, why the room fades out, why you press the button again before you even breathe. The machine did not pay you, but it rewarded you anyway with the feeling that you are learning the pattern. In real life, near success usually means progress. In sports, in work, in love, being close can mean you are improving. Slots hijack that instinct. They turn a loss into a lesson your nervous system wants to repeat. Now the question changes. If the outcome was locked the instant you press spin, how can the machine keep showing you these perfect almost wins? Here is the answer, and it is the part most players never see. The reel you watch is not the reel the software is using. Picture a technician in the back room, away from the music and the free drinks, sitting under a harsh work light. He opens the cabinet like a mechanic opening a hood. Wires, chips, boards, no glamour, just quiet math. And on his screen is the detail the player never sees, the mapping table. Out on the floor, a single mother is feeding the machine in $20 bills, telling herself this is the last one. A construction worker is killing time after a shift. A retiree is chasing the feeling of being lucky again. They all stare at the same spinning symbols, and they all believe the reels are the game. On a classic 3-reel slot, the physical reel might show about 20 symbols around the circle. Cherries, bars, sevens, bright and simple. You think each symbol has a fair shot to land. But inside the software, that reel is not 20 stops. It is a virtual strip, often hundreds of stops long. The pretty reel in front of you is a costume. The virtual reel is the real body. Here is how it works. Every spin, the RNG selects a virtual stop. Say it lands on 143. The program checks the table. Which symbol is assigned to 143? Most of the time it is a low-paying icon or a blank. The top jackpot symbol might be shown twice on the physical reel, but in the mapping it might exist on only 2 virtual stops out of 256. Meanwhile, a common symbol can be assigned to dozens of stops. It is not cheating. It is waiting by design. Now the blueprint makes sense. The jackpot looks close because the screen can show it close. Even when you lose, the machine can stop in a way that places that symbol just above the payline or just below it, as if you almost grabbed it. Your eyes read it as progress. Your brain writes a story. But the odds were never warm. They were ice cold, baked in long before you sat down. Multiply the math across 3 reels and the true chance of the top prize can stretch into the millions. Yet on the surface, that jackpot symbol keeps passing by, close enough to taste. That is the illusion. The near misses are common because the mapping and the layout make them common. The real wins are rare because the mapping makes them rare. The cruel part is how personal it feels. When the jackpot stops 1 notch away, you do not blame the table. You blame yourself. You think you mistimed it. You think you should have bet 1 more credit. You think the machine is due. But the machine is not due for anything. It is a script, and you are the one filling in the meaning. Casinos and regulators may see these tables and documents that spell out hit frequency and long-term return. Players never do. You sit in the glow, chasing what feels like 1 step away, while the real distance is hidden in code. And once you understand that, you notice the next trick. Sometimes the machine celebrates like you won, even when your balance is still going down. Listen closely the next time you lose. The machine still sings. A bright chord, a little burst of light, a quick shower of coins across the screen. For a second your shoulders loosen, your breath lifts, your hands move faster. Your brain just heard the sound of success. But then you look down and the credit meter is smaller than it was before the spin. That is the trick called a loss disguised as a win. You bet $1. The machine pays you back 50 cents. In real life that is a loss. In the slot world it is treated like a celebration. The cabinet flashes, the speakers cheer, the screen erupts, and your body responds as if you got rewarded. Not because you are naive, because your nervous system is wired to trust sound and light. Casinos know that. Designers test it. They tune the volume, the rhythm, the sparkle, until the brain stops counting and starts feeling. The pacing matters too. Notice how the first reels stop quickly. Then the last reel slows down like it is thinking. Your heart climbs with it. You lean in. You tell yourself this one is different. But the outcome was locked when you press spin. The slow final reel is not suspense. It is choreography. It stretches a half second into a memory. It turns a simple loss into a moment you will chase. Now imagine the same player as before, the retiree, the waitress, the construction worker. They are not just betting money. They are borrowing emotion. A win feels like relief. A near miss feels like a promise. A disguised win feels like hope with a price tag. The machine keeps feeding them tiny doses of meaning, even while it takes their time. And there is a document that explains why the machine can do this with such confidence. It is not a secret to the people who run the floor. It is a sheet of math that lists the return to player, the hit frequency, the exact long-term behavior of the game. If the sheet says the game returns 92% over time, that missing 8% is not luck. It is the house edge carved into the code. Over enough spins, it does not matter who is playing, the ledger always balances the same way. Some games even exist in multiple return versions. The cabinet can look identical. The symbols can feel identical, but the internal math can be set lower or higher depending on what the casino installs. To the player, it is one machine. To the house, it is a choice. So here is where the story tightens. The math is planned. The presentation is engineered. The profit is predictable. Yet casinos will still tell you the game is fair because the outcome is random. Which brings us to the legal line. When you press spin, is that outcome truly frozen, untouchable, protected by law? Or can someone somewhere change the answer after you already paid? Here is the part that surprises most people. In the places where gambling is heavily regulated, the casino is not allowed to change your result after you press spin. The rules draw a hard line. The outcome must be determined by the random number generator at the instant the bet is made. Each spin has to be independent, a sealed event. No memory, no mercy, no revenge. No sudden generosity because you look like you are about to quit. That is why the machine can feel like it is watching you, but it is not. It is not reading your face. It is not waiting to punish you for winning. It is just doing what it was designed to do. Take a tiny edge and repeat it thousands of times. And that is the real twist. The math is protected. The psychology is not. The law can freeze the outcome, but it does not freeze the performance. It does not ban near misses. It does not ban losses dressed up as wins. It does not ban the slow final reel that makes your heart race. Those are legal tools. They are allowed to shape what you feel, as long as the numbers underneath stay certified. So what do you do if you want to walk into that room and still leave as yourself? First, set a timer before you sit down. Not a vague promise, a real timer. When it goes off, you stand up. Even if you just hit a win. Even if you feel close. Especially if you feel close. That feeling is the hook. Second, bring a hard limit in cash, the amount you can lose without it touching rent, groceries, or dignity. When it is gone, the session is over. Do not feed the machine with another withdrawal. Do not turn a small loss into a long night. Third, slow the game down on purpose. No autoplay, no turbo. After a near miss, take a full minute. Look away from the screen. Feel your breathing. Let your body come back to baseline. The machine wins when your hands move faster than your thoughts. You break the spell by creating space. This is not about shaming players. People chase slots for real reasons. For silence, for comfort, for a moment where life feels lighter. But you deserve to know the truth behind the lights. The edge is not luck, it is design. And once you see the design, you can protect your wallet and your mind. If you want more stories where the system is legal, the illusion is polished, and the cost is human, subscribe to Sins and Lessons. In the next episode, we are going deeper into another game built to exploit what you trust, and we will show you exactly where the trick begins.